Good day and welcome to ObiDatti Family TV. All right, we have barely 48 hours to the presidential elections, and it's coming up just in 2 days' time, Saturday, February the 25th. My name is P. Catch, and you're welcome to the program today. I have in the studio my co-host.
My name is Ife Grace, and you're welcome.
Yes, also on today's episode of the program, as we wind down to the election day, we have been talking to support groups, okay, the ObiDatti campaign support groups and obedient members all across the world. On today's episode of the program, we have joining us in the studio today some support groups, coordinators, and we have the Nollywood for P2B. The coordinator for Nollywood for P2B is right here with us in the person of Onukube Blessing. And we also have, thank God, Ohairi, who is the state coordinator, P2B Volunteers Movement. You're welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. I'm going to start with you, Blessing Onukube. So I would like to understand the support group Nollywood for P2B. What is it all about?
Well, actually, the Nollywood, as the name implies,
Yeah.
they are made up of actors and actresses, and they are the entertainers.
Okay.
And when it comes to entertainers, they are the one who sends message faster to the society. So everybody is watching out for Nollywood. So we now decided, let us take our entertainment industry to boost this campaign, this movement.
Yeah.
So anybody hearing Nollywood will be like, wow, we want to be involved. We want to be involved. And being involved, you now find out that people will now have more interest to know about His Excellency and his movement,
Okay.
P2B. So Nollywood for P2B's movement in this movement is all about throwing more light in what P2B represents to the society.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. You happen to be the coordinator for Anambra State chapter.
Yeah.
Would we say that the Nollywood for P2B is cut across the 36 states of Nigeria?
Yeah.
So there are other branches in other states.
The whole 36 states.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Just a few weeks ago, the governor of Kaduna State called Mr. P2B an actor. And P2B spanned the whole thing and welcomed the idea and told the people that care to listen that he is an entertainer and he's calling on his fellow entertainers to join him in the campaign, okay, to ensure that he wins the elections. And we saw, how he had meetings with some Nollywood actors and Nollywood practitioners in Abuja and so on. So, but we would like to know exactly what you have on ground, what you have done so far to support the P2B campaign.
Okay, what we have on ground so far, we've embarked on door-to-door sensitization,
Okay.
market sensitization, even online sensitization. Movie is what attracts attention to people, most especially those in the lower class of the society, because they got entertained. So I now said, like my convener in Delta State, that's our national convener, he said, let us take it to the streets. Let people know. Let people know that we are actually entertaining. This man is a good man. Seeing his records so far. So we are back on market sensitization, door-to-door sensitization, telling people, bring in this man. Yes, the governor of Kaduna State has already said that he's an actor. And His Excellency said, he didn't say, I'm not an actor. He said, yes, I'm an actor. And when you look at it, is he not entertaining people? He is so far. And him entertaining people, he has been touching lives. And Nollywood is all about touching lives. If you are not interested in Nollywood, when you see things that are happening there, you get attracted to know more. And this man, when people see him, when people hear him talk, they get attracted to him. Many people don't know him naturally, or maybe they've come in contact with him. But with what he does, with how he analyzes his let me just say, his projects for this country. People get attracted to him. So in this way, we are now entering into the field to actually actualize that picture of an actor. We are now acting outside the what is it called, the social media that they called us, 4 persons sitting in a room and be tweeting. So we are now into the field, telling people that we're actually acting, and our acting, we are not acting it outside, in the sense that we now tell you, come to us, we are going to deliver. Come to us, we are taking back our country. This is what our movement is all about. And that's why we decided to key into this. Let us collectively take back our country, because this country, as far as I'm concerned, is going down. Is going down. And this election determines whether we are going to remain a Nigerian or we are not going to remain a Nigerian.
Interesting, interesting. Okay, we're going to come to you, Mr. Thank God Oheri Onyekwere, the state coordinator for the P2B Volunteers Movement. So we'd like to know, first of all, what is the P2B's Volunteers Movement all about?
Yes, P2B Volunteers Movement is a volunteer. It allows people to volunteer naturally. Once we tell them about what we are doing, we allow them to volunteer to get to the grassroots, because of this our principal, Mr. P2B, and that is what we've achieved so far.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, so what is the capacity of the group now? What have you done? What have you on ground, the volunteers? What exactly do they volunteer to do?
Yes, we've done so much. We've entered into so many villages in Anambra State, telling people about the movement and what it's all about. We have names out here, and those places that are remote, that people are neglecting because of the insecurity in the land. So this is totally voluntary something, but the capacity is much. The people are eager to join. We are much.
Okay.
But we don't have the exact number of people, but we are much in this movement. So our leader is Alhaji Awalo Tuko from Kaduna State as well. So he gave us the mandate to go into the grassroots, meaning that we should go and sensitize the poor masses.
Yeah.
As in those that doesn't know what politics is all about. This is where we go into. The market women, the old people that has their PVC intact. This is our own duty. We show them how to vote, show them the logo of the party, tell them, look at how it is going to work in the election day, and all the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Thank God, let me get back to you. I want to start with Ms. Blessing. Yeah, you made mention of, as a Nollywood coordinator, you made mention that you guys do door-to-door, stuff like that. I want to know, is there any movie that you guys have done that actually portrays Mr. P2B into it? Because some people love to, they're more interested in what they see. They might not actually want to hear or stuff like that. They want to see it, all those things you said that Mr. P2B have actually done. Have you guys done any movie that portrays him like that?
Yes, like recently now.
Okay.
There is a movie that featured Yul Edochie
Okay.
in it. It's a recent movie.
Okay.
So they just produce it now. And then Yul Edochie took the character of P2B in that movie. Yul Edochie took a perfect character of P2B, a man who doesn't spend extravagantly. You don't put your money where you know that it's not going to yield anything. Okay. Because that is what His Excellency is all about. That is why he said we are taking our country from consumption to production.
Okay.
So in that aspect, now we've actually produced a movie, which I've just told you now. Yul Edochie is is the lead character of it, who took the role of His Excellency. And then also, the Nollywood for my coordinator, my national convener in the person of Faith Okolo, there in Asaba, we come together and I said, we need to do more. Yes, we are going to the grassroots, but let us do something that the viewers can actually sit back and watch. Then we come together and organize a jingle, telling people we had it in different languages. We had it in Igbo language, we had it in Hausa language, we had it in Yoruba. So it's more like telling people we are one. Nigeria is one. We are not divided. We are all but one. So we're using that English, Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba is telling you we can actually sit together and eat together. Telling people go and get your PVC in Hausa language, telling people go and get your PVC in Yoruba language, telling people to go and get your PVC in Igbo language. And at the same time, when that era is gone of getting your PVC, we come together again and I said, now it is time to tell them, go and cast your vote when the time is due. And we still come back again using the 3 major languages of the country. So far, this is what we've been doing. Thank you.
Okay, let me just pause it there.
Okay.
Mr. Tengod, you made mention as the state coordinator. I want to get what you have done as an individual. What have you volunteered as an individual, not as a coordinator now?
Yes, as an individual,
Yeah.
I have to gather people,
Okay.
first of all. When I got the mandate last year to pilot the affairs of the group, I have to gather people, call them for a meeting, and call them for some interviews, some rally. We rally around for money to get some materials to shut people and all the rest of them. You know, on my own, I had done a lot. In fact, I lost my phone in the course of this movement.
Yeah.
This is personal issue, you know. Then we've gone to markets. We've covered Oka, Ward 1. We've covered Ifite and all the rest of them. That they have a population, so we have done that, you know, to see that the masses are for P2B. So personally, these are the things that I have done so far.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. Now let's talk about Mr. P2B. Some of these Nigerians have not actually made up their mind on who to cast their vote. What made Mr. P2B to stand out from other candidates?
Yes. The law says, in Latin words, that the facts speak for itself. Okay. In Latin word, res ista locutor. If you watch the man called Peter, his track records is nothing but he is what he is. I get it.
Yeah, okay.
He is what he is. He will tell you, look at this, look at what I had done, and if you go and verify, that will be the truth.
Oh, yeah.
So P2B is, among all the candidates, he is truthful. If people can vote for him and remember all this tribal and religious implement, P2B is the most qualified among all the contenders.
Okay. That's absolutely great. Ms. Blessing, you can actually add up to Mr. Tengod, like add up to what you've said so far.
Okay. Let me take in the aspect of who P2B is.
Okay.
You know, this man is somebody that I loved so much. When he used to say, go and verify, I'll just look and laugh and say, don't go and verify, come and verify from me. You know, there is this story, beautiful story of him that I have, and is always on my head.
Please share with us.
Okay. In 2007, I was in secondary school then, when this man was the governor of Anambra State. I know the whole saga that happened before he became, you know, the court thing and all of this. And I brought that to now, to make it, the same thing that was happening in Anambra State then, is the same thing that is happening now before he took over. Then Anambra had a very bad government. You know, a government that a student, secondary school student, stayed out of school for 2 years. 2 good years. Nobody goes to school and nobody comes out from school. You can imagine. And not only that, Anambra State has what they call water board and was very functional before the measures of that past governor, in the person of Governor Badmiju. Then, in that course of Governor Badmiju's tenure, that water board was shut down. In fact, it was shut down. It took this man to come in. Before he come in, you know, normal, they must negotiate, just like us is negotiating with federal government. And they said, it doesn't mean that the debt has been settled. But they decided to come back to school for the sake of the children. But Mr. P2B came in. He cleared the whole debt owned by Mbadinuju. He settled the water board. He was trying to revive that water board the way it used to be. Should I tell you something? I became the school prefect because of Mr. P2B. Then he made it clear, you don't select. You give people position based on merit. So then, during his first time, or rather first tenure in office, there was this group he organized called the National Renaissance something, I don't know. But when they came to our school then, they said they are from Oka. And in the history of Anambra State, such thing has never happened. They came to us, brought the whole student to the hall, and I said, what would you like the government to do for you? People were saying, we want schools, we want this, that. And then I stood up and I said, I don't think building more schools is what we need now. What we need now is qualified teachers. We have the school already, but we don't have teachers. Like then I don't have mathematics teachers. And I can tell you categorically that that thing still affects me to date. We don't have English teachers. I can count how many teachers we don't have in secondary school. Then these people now summoned everything that I just said. I was like, wow. And then I was in JSS 2, if not JSS 1. Yeah. You see, a little child like this can open her mouth and say such. You understand that kind of stuff. So after that, when they wanted to select school prefects, they now said there was somebody they had in mind. Message has to come from Okana. Said no. That girl that stood up and said, we need qualified teachers. We need our schools to be equipped so that there will be adequate learning. Give her the chance because she can deliver. And to the all thanks to Mr. P2B, I was given that mandate and I delivered. I turned out to become somebody that the school has never had. So talking about His Excellency, when you talk about competency, when you talk about someone that is straightforward, when he tells you this and that thing is that. Should I share another story with you? Did you know that his sister, blood sister, this man could not give him an appointment in government house when he was the governor? He told her, you're not qualified for this. If you can get in touch with her, the sister is the producer of Vienna bread. He said, you are not qualified for this. The post you are going in for. If you are qualified, I will tell you. So somebody that can shut his relation out of government because they do not merit it. Is that person not worthy of trust? He is worthy of my trust.
Of course.
So when I look at all these things, I said, P2B, he destroyed the old Onitsha North local government, because when you come there, the roofs are leaking, this and that. He said, no, local government shouldn't be like this. This is where people come and say, let me see your town, let me see what people have. Go to Onitsha North now, you see a very beautiful mansion secretariat he built there. He made sure that the students go to school. Not only go to school, he built a library for us. And he didn't just build it. He built it and made sure that you go to the library and read. So he made it upon the English teachers then that said, every student must have access to the library. And you must take record of it. it entered into our assessment. So if you leave me from now till tomorrow, I'll keep on counting the good things that this man made.
Unfortunately, we don't have all day. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Thank God Oheri, and of course, Blessing Onukube, for joining us on the program today. We appreciate the work that you're doing so far, and we commend you to continue to do the work. It's not over, because on Saturday we'll go out for the elections. Boom. And we hope to get victory.
Victory is sure. He's already staring at our face. He's already staring at our face. When you look at it,
we have been told that already.
Like our Igbo people will say, no, now. See, man.
Yes.
He's there to deliver.
Yes.
He has done it before in Anambra State. In fact, he dismantled that fatherism. Political fatherism in Anambra State.
Yeah, Godfatherism.
He dismantled it, and that is why some persons from Anambra State are not supporting. I'm not surprised. When I looked at them, I said, I know why people are scared, because what he did in Anambra State, he's going to the federal to do it. And I believe when he said it in Chatham House in London, he said he's coming to dismantle that structure of criminality.
Yeah.
And when he said that word, I said, yes, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
And that is why morning, afternoon, night, I don't stop singing his praises. Wow. And I don't stop praying for him.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to go on a very short break now, but when we come back, we still have more support groups joining us on the program. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, LP, can you get a vote? Labour Party, Labour Party, never say, Mama, Papa, now, Labour Party, Mama, Papa, now, never say, Mama, Papa, now, Labour Party, Mama, Papa, now, Labour Party.
Mr. Peter Obi's administration built from scratch Chukwuemeka Odumegwu University Teaching Hospital with 25 building structures. His government funded transformation of massive infrastructural development, accreditation of 12 health institutions and 2 hospitals, and also built 10 maternal and childcare centers across the state. He is the first governor to purchase medical equipment worth over 135 million naira and 50 ambulances for the health sector in Anambra State, which remain functional till today. He built and equipped Dr. Jonwilo Heart Center in St. Joseph Hospital, Adazinnuku, where heart operations are performed. Anambra State is the first state in Nigeria to distribute more than 30,000 computers to secondary schools. Mr. Peter Obi distributed about 700 buses to secondary schools in Anambra State and built 200 primary school blocks. He donated the sum of 300 million naira to Anglican churches and 440 million naira to Roman Catholic churches to rehabilitate their missionary schools. During his tenure, he gave 1 million naira each to more than 160 first-class graduates. To promote the reading culture in the state, he went ahead to build a well-equipped library known as Prof. Kennedy Dike Library, Oka. He also rehabilitated the divisional library in Onitsha and gave 500,000 naira to each secondary school in the state to provide library materials. This boosted the student performance from the 26th position in Nigeria to the first position. The security improvement was exceptional as he provided security vehicles to 177 communities in the state. He cleared pension and gratuity owed since 1990 to the tune of about 37 billion naira and also paid monthly stipends to the elderly in the state. Mr. Peter Obi built the first secretariat complex in Anambra State to house the various Anambra State government ministries that were scattered all over the state. His good governance attracted the second largest brewery in the world, known as Sab Miller, to build their first greenfield facility in the state. He was recognized by the Millennium Development Goals (MDG) as the best governor in the implementation of their programs in Nigeria. Peter Obi constructed 2 bridges across the popular Agulu Lake in Anyocha local government area of Anambra State at the cost of 2 billion naira. He funded Agulu Lake Hotel Project, Golden Tulip, and reconstruction of Upper Iweka bridges at the axis of Enugu-Onitsha Expressway with 6 lanes. Peter Obi constructed 800 km of road network between rural and urban areas. Some of the roads include Ibariam Internal Road, Ekulobia Ezinifite Road, Niger Drive Onitsha, Ifite Dunu Road, construction of Zik Avenue and Mpo Flyover, 30 verifiable bridges, Ezu Ebenebe Bridge, Oka North, Isuanyocha Bridge, Opaka River Bridge, pedestrian bridge at permanent site Unizik Junction, Oka. He created industrial parks as catalysts for industrialization. He constructed and commissioned the Governor's Lodge at Annex Onitsha, FMR Customary Court of Appeal Complex, High Court buildings at Nnewi and Ogidi, Judges' Quarters at Onitsha. His visionary leadership brought unprecedented transformation to the local government in Anambra State. He made provision for 1.2 billion naira credit facilities to farmers in the state and cleared a 20 million naira debt owed banks as a result of the 2012 flood devastation. Peter Obi's administration purchased 90 buses and taxis for Anis Mass Transit Company. He adopted the best practice in waste disposal and provided over 300 million naira worth of waste evacuation trucks. The Debt Management Office rated Anambra as the least indebted state in Nigeria. Mr. Peter Obi handed 75 billion naira to his successor, Mr. Willie Obiano. The credibility and reputation of Peter Obi as a competent visionary leader in public service governance and management of state resources remains undisputable.
That they vote for, they'll go vote for another person. So what will they try do now? They try teach people, show people say now the logo be this. So that the way you want votes, when you reach there, you will see what will be on.
You're welcome back. This is ObiDatti Family TV. Just before the break, we were talking to support group coordinators for the Peter Obi and Yusuf Datti campaign. All right, presently we have in the studio joining us the lead coordinator, all support groups for Peter Obi in Anambra State under the Labour Party, Chief Obiora Charles, and of course the woman leader of the all support groups for Peter Obi in Anambra State, Princess Doris Eze. You're welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you.
All right, I'll start with you, Chief. What is this all support groups all about?
Okay, actually, our support group is bringing the whole support group to a common force to achieve our target. Because the beginning will have several names, different names, support group created by different individuals. We're coming to an end of all this race. We decided to bring everybody together because we are one family. In Labour Party, it's just one family. That is our symbol. Okay. So that makes us to bring every support group together to be able to achieve our common front. Okay.
What about you, Princess Doris? What is the work now that this group, will I call it a group now? The all support groups, is it a group or is it a body that just supervises all the groups?
It's a body that supervises all support groups in Anambra State.
Okay. What have you done? What are your projects and programs? What have you put on ground for the Peter Obi and Datti campaign?
Okay, for some months, some weeks, we have been going on canvassing people, to telling people, going to the markets, doors to door, canvassing people, telling them where to vote. Being on 25th of February, that is next week Saturday.
This week Saturday?
Yes, this week Saturday.
Yeah.
Telling them the right place, the logo, because Labour Party, actually, I would say that it's of recently, is all known. to the world. Actually, before it wasn't all this way. It's just of recently. So we have been going into market houses, telling people what to do and how to do it. Thank you.
All right, Chief Obiora, there was this news that has been spreading since yesterday night that on the ballot paper that there won't be LP on the ballot paper, but it's going to be only the party logo. I'll need you to confirm this information. Do you have any more information about this?
Well, actually, the information I heard about it is that it's just hearsay because we don't know the plan of INEC. But based on the information we got, we started sensitizing people on that.
Okay.
Mainly, they are not going to see P2B like the people in the villages in remote area. They will be expecting to see P2B and you said that. So they are not going to see it. The only thing they will see is that LP. And anything attached to LP should be Papa and Mama Pekin, if there is any. So we'll try and do that. Like yesterday, we'll make sure that all the remote area in Anambra State, we'll split all the support groups. We'll split them, we'll bring them together, we'll share them. Some went to south, some north, some central here. Even both of us were in the group that went for the sensitization.
Okay, just like Princess Doris said, do you think that this logo, the party logo now, has been spread in the communities, rural communities now? And do you think that these people in the villages now identify the logo and are able to vote?
Yeah.
How would you rate the level of sensitization that has been going on?
The support groups have done much. At least I will give them, you know, you can't give yourself 100%. At least we have tried 90%.
90%?
Yeah.
Okay. And you are speaking about Anambra State now, but you know the election is going to be happening across the 36 states of Nigeria. What have your support group done, especially in the northern part of Nigeria now?
Actually, we have done much, particularly my own support group on a personal ground, ObiDatti People's Movement.
Okay.
We were in Kaduna for about 2 weeks with my team. We spent time, we shared campaign material with them. We meet the governorship candidates, the national secretary, and some other aspirants, candidates of Labour Party. We supported them. Even the day P2B came, we were there. We even paid money in composing their own songs. We did Django, we did TV program. It's online.
Okay.
That program was online. The channels TV carried it, Arise TV carried it, and it is in many media.
Okay, interesting. All right, Princess, I'll come back to you now. You are a woman leader.
Yes.
All right, during elections, most times the women stay back at home, maybe to take care of the kids or one thing, or cook or do one thing or the other. Do you see women coming out in mass to vote in this coming election?
Actually, in the past elections,
Yeah.
most of the votes are done by women.
Okay.
In this present one, women are there. We are not at home to cook
Okay.
because we know we want him to go there. We are doing it for the betterment of our children, and tomorrow we are all there in the polling unit to do the voting. Thank you.
Interesting. Okay, good.
Yeah, sure. Princess Doris, as a woman leader, have you been into politics before, apart from this period now?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. In one of Mr. P2B's interview, he made mention that if he becomes the president, that is going to bring women in the front line, in the sense that we can actually see that when he was the governor, there was a lot of women that was in position with him as well, and this has not been done. No other candidate has made mention of women being part of support. So what do you have to say about that?
Actually, at the past, when P2B was the governor of Anambra State, he did a lot for the women. And I'm not doubting this present one, because I know he will do better, more than what he has done in the past.
Exactly. Okay, as a woman leader, what more have women done to reach the grassroots and make sure that Mrs. P2B emerges as the winner?
They say, train a woman and train a nation.
Yeah.
We have gone so far. When I mean so far, so far. We are there to bring out our children, the husband, to do the voting.
Okay, like they say, if there's a problem, it's women that's going to face it more. So, okay, Shib Obiara, let me cut to you. As a leader coordinator of all support group, a lot of people, most people have not actually made up their mind up to now on who to vote. What made Mr. Peter Obi to stand out from other candidates?
Actually, people always say that what you have in your hand, you don't need a spec to say it. Peter Obi, first, he's energetic, he's strong. His age barrier between him and other candidates is too far. He's a young man, he's a youth. Let me just say he's about 61 last year or this year. So when you check, the other people are just grandfathers. They are approaching 90s. They have nothing to offer to Nigeria. Even if you give them that leadership, it's just like somebody will be driving the car while they will be watching. Because you can't tell Tinubu now to move from here to a Korka market. You can't do it. You can't tell Atiku to move. Forget about all these media pictures we are watching. They are old. We need elites now. People that know, that have record. You know, like Peter Obi said, go and verify. When he's saying anything, he quotes, say, quote me, go and verify. But these people has nothing to verify from. Rather, we can verify their illegal acts that they are covering. So we don't have any reason to say we are comparing Peter Obi with all these grandfathers. Peter Obi is an outstanding candidate.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. Now let's talk about INEC. Do you think INEC is ready to deliver a free and fair election on Saturday?
Well, actually, we must believe in them.
Okay.
And God will do the remaining thing, because God turns the hands of a king. Since the whole world is beckoning on Peter Obi, the fathers, the youths, I think God and the prayers of some ministers, some imams, both in the north, because just like I said, the last time we were in the north, in Kaduna, we met many Muslim brothers, and they were still crying for Peter Obi. You can see what is happening now. It's no more that the south are suffering. The whole Nigeria is suffering, feeling the heat. So why will you now say the INEC, even INEC man himself, they are still struggling to bring some little thing that they will use, or the agents will use for the election. Yeah. So they are feeling the heat. That shows there is going to be a change.
Exactly. Yeah, late last year, they were talking about Labour Party not having the structure, but now things are quite different. They are quite surprised. What do you think actually changed?
The change is nature first.
Yeah.
Then after nature, human being comes in, which is the support groups. So that is why we'll change this name in Anambra, All Support Group, because we started with different groups coming together. At the end, coming to an end, will bring us together so that we'll be in one house, one family.
Interesting. Just a few days ago, a heap of PVCs was found in Nnewi, around Nnewi, a bush there, discovered by hunters. And it was taken to a radio station, Authority FM, and we learned that people are beginning to pick up their PVCs now. It has been carried from Authority FM now to the local government area. My question is this: do you think there is a ploy by certain people to reduce the number of voters and votes in the east and the southeast?
Yes, there is. You don't need to say that. You should remember that in our state we don't have a Labour Party state, and they have been trying to frustrate our efforts. You know, no matter, you must have Judas among the 12 apostles. So even in our southeast, we have Judas, people that don't know what they want, but they are interested in their selfish interest. The position that they make to promise. They don't care about the masses. That is the difference between His Excellency, his followers. They are moving, and even that our logo. You see the father, the mother, and the children. So the father cannot do without his wife. The wife cannot do without the children. But these people we are seeing now is people that want to frustrate that effort so that they will continue the old way they are doing in Nigeria. Taking positions without leaving others. At the end of the day, they come and share rice and other things. That is not what we want. This time, just like our Excellency say, from production to consumption. Everybody from consumption to production. All hands must be on deck.
Yes.
You don't need to go and beg for food. In China, when you go to China, you see everybody is doing things. There are at least average number of people are doing very well. So he wants to sanitize poverty. But with this system of these wolves that we have in the eastern part, they don't want that.
Well, that's really terrible. That's really terrible that voters will not be allowed access to the PVCs. We appreciate those hunters that discovered those PVCs, but it's really a terrible situation for those PVCs to be found in that kind of village and in the bush. Okay, but let's come to the Naira swap policy. The Naira was redesigned, and the implementation of disbursing these new notes to banks was really poor, and you will find a lot of people suffering and facing the Naira scarcity, and women are bearing the brunt of this as well. I think maybe the most. Okay, women that sell in the market, they're complaining that there is no cash. But I want to ask you now, as a woman and as a woman leader, how do you think the scarcity of the Naira as it is right now and the cashless policy is going to affect these upcoming elections?
Actually, this policy is affecting not just the women, everybody. Yeah. Because when you think about how to get things to buy in the market, to cook for the children, there is no money to do that. And also when you get to market, as you want to do transfer, those old women will tell you, we don't have bank account. We don't even have that phone. You see, it's another big problem. And I think this is a very big lesson to our people. This is a high time for every one of us to decide on whom to vote.
Okay, but how do you think it's going to affect the elections? Do you think it's a good thing or it's a bad thing?
It's good. It's very, very good. What I mean is good because when you look at other parties, they depend on it in buying votes. With that, I think buying vote that very day is going to be very difficult for them to do. They won't do it. So I think it's okay for us.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. So, Chief Obiora, I'm going to come to you. Now, let's talk about election day proper. On Saturday, a lot of Nigerians are going to be going to their polling units to vote. But we hear some kind of messages, okay, that a certain group or so have been warning people in the southeast to sit at home and not go out on election day to vote. How would you react to this?
Well, actually, just like I said before, there are some people that people bought over to destabilize election. Those touts, or I don't know what I will call them, or those self-centered people that are doing what they are paid for. But what we know is that election is going to hold, and we are doing all possible best to make sure that nobody destabilizes this election. Okay. Because this is our own. This is the right time. The set time has come. So if the person thinks he can do it, let him come. We don't want to hear media news again. The so-called person that is giving that order, let him come to Southeast. Not staying somewhere projecting media information. Let him come and say, if really is from Southeast, maybe we'll use him and conduct the election. Yeah, because you can't take my food from my mouth.
Exactly.
This election is our own because the right candidate has come.
Exactly.
People are crying, beckoning on this young man to come and assist us. And somebody will stay somewhere because of the cheap money they have given to you and be saying all manner of nonsense. Okay. And I don't think that person will, for his lifetime, he will continue staying there. That's the way I say it.
So, Nigerians are advised, and especially the Southeasterners are advised to go out on election day and vote, okay, and cast your votes. It's your right. And I think this is one of the things that has, pushed back the Southeast politically in Nigeria, and it's looking as if, because when you come to the INEC register now, the Southeast has the least number of registered voters in the country. The least in INEC register is the Southeast, and it's because of this apathy that has been encouraged over the years. All right, still talking about election day. Do you have a structure to to have party agents in each polling unit, do you think the Labour Party has the structure to have party agents in all polling units that would observe the voting process and transmission of the results?
Yes. Labour Party has. Even the support group on our own will project our members to every polling unit. We will observe.
Because that is, I think that is what should be happening now. Yes. Okay, deployment of, support groups,
yes,
and Labour Party members that would monitor the elections. Exactly. So that is on ground.
Yes, we are working on it seriously.
Interesting. All right. So I would like to take your final words to people that are watching you, the woman leader, Princess Doris Eze. What's your final words to Nigeria?
Today, I'm encouraging all the Nigerians to come out in mass and vote on Saturday because it's very necessary. This is the high time we take a very nice decision for vote. We need to come out in mass and vote, no matter what.
All right.
Okay, before you move to him, what's your final words to all women out there watching you right now?
Good. I'm encouraging all women, mothers, young ladies, come out no matter what, because if we the women have been doing it at the past,
exactly,
let's come out now.
Now is an opportunity.
This is the opportunity because the man in question is there for us. So that is
interesting. What about you, Chief?
Actually, as a leader, I'm encouraging everybody to come out, not only to cast votes, to protect their votes. That is the main deal there. Not only when you cast your vote, you go home. Just like we support group, we'll be there till the vote is counted. We will even have monitoring team that will follow the vote to the any office that from office to office till the last result is being given. That's what we are doing.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, lady and gentlemen. It's very good having you in the studio and hearing those encouraging words from you. We hope to have a violence-free election, a peaceful election, and of course, a free and credible elections this Saturday. We are really looking forward to it, and of course, we hope and we pray that our principal, His Excellency Peter Obi and Dr. Yusuf Datti Baba Ahmed emerge as the winners of this election.
Amen.
Yes, that's our prayer.
Yes.
All right, that's our show for today. Until we catch you again tomorrow, a new Nigeria is indeed possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Bye for now.
Thank you.
Thank you.